In the year 2000, one email landed in Blockbuster's inbox. It wasn't spam, it wasn't a complaint, it was an offer. An offer to buy a tiny startup for just $50 million. Blockbuster ignored it. 10 years later, that startup would be worth over $25 billion. And Blockbuster? Bankrupt. This is the story of how one decision, one missed opportunity, and one fatal misunderstanding of the future destroyed a billion-dollar empire. Before we talk about that email, you need to understand something. In the 1990s, Blockbuster wasn't just big, it was unstoppable. At its peak, over 9,000 stores worldwide, 60,000 employees, $6 billion in annual revenue. Market dominance in home entertainment. Friday night meant one thing: walking through those blue and yellow doors, browsing the new release wall, hoping the movie you wanted wasn't already rented out. Blockbuster controlled the experience. They controlled distribution, and most importantly, they controlled late fees. Late fees alone generated hundreds of millions of dollars every year. They weren't just profitable, they were comfortable, and comfort is dangerous. Meanwhile, in 1997, two entrepreneurs were building something different. Their names were Hastings and Marc Randolph. Their company? Netflix. At the time, Netflix wasn't streaming. They mailed DVDs, no stores, no late fees. Just a subscription model. Keep the movie as long as you want. Send it back when you're done. It was simple. And it was growing, but they were burning cash. So in 2000, Netflix approached Blockbuster. The pitch was clear. Buy us for $50 million. We'll run your online division. Together, we dominate the future. Blockbuster executives laughed, literally laughed. Why? Because they didn't think online rentals mattered. They believed customers loved the in-store experience. And besides, why kill late fees? That was easy money. So they passed. Blockbuster didn't just ignore an email, they ignored a shift. They misunderstood what customers actually wanted. It wasn't the store experience, it was convenience. Netflix understood something Blockbuster didn't. Technology doesn't improve gradually, it improves exponentially. At the time, internet speeds were slow. DVDs by mail seemed niche. Streaming was impossible. But Netflix wasn't building for 2000. They were building for 2010. Blockbuster was defending the present. Netflix was betting on the future. And that difference? It changed everything. Here's the part most people don't realize. Blockbuster could have copied Netflix. They had the brand, the customer base, the cash. But they had a problem. Late fees made up nearly 15% of their revenue. If they moved to a subscription model, they'd lose that instantly. So leadership hesitated. They protected the cash cow. And in doing so, they protected themselves straight into irrelevance. This is called the innovator's dilemma, when big companies refuse to disrupt their own profitable model, even when they know they should. By the time Blockbuster removed late fees in 2005, it was too late. Netflix had already built loyalty. Now, here's where it gets ruthless. Netflix didn't stop at DVDs. In 2007, they launched streaming. At first, it was basic. Low quality, limited titles. But it was instant. No driving, no waiting, no returns. Just click and watch. Blockbuster tried to respond with its own online service. But they were carrying something Netflix didn't have. 9,000 expensive retail stores. Each one a financial anchor. Each one a reminder that they were built for a world that was disappearing. By 2010, Netflix stock was soaring, streaming adoption was exploding, Blockbuster was drowning in debt. In September 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. Stores closed one by one. Blue and yellow signs came down. Entire shopping centers lost their anchor tenant. Today, only one Blockbuster remains in Oregon, as a nostalgic tourist attraction. Meanwhile, Netflix? Over 200 million subscribers worldwide. Original movies, original series, global dominance. That $50 million offer? If Blockbuster had accepted it, They would have owned Netflix. Instead, they became a case study. Let's be clear. Blockbuster didn't collapse because of one email. They collapsed because of mindset, arrogance, short-term thinking, addiction to existing profits. They believed size made them safe, but history shows something different. The bigger you are, the harder it is to change. Kodak ignored digital photography. Nokia ignored smartphones. Blockbuster ignored streaming. It's never about the first sign of change, it's about how fast you respond to it. If you're building something, a business, a channel, anything, this story matters because the danger isn't failure. It's comfort. It's thinking, this works right now. The moment you protect the present more than you prepare for the future, you start declining. Blockbuster had resources. Netflix had vision, and vision wins long term. So here's the question. If you were sitting in that boardroom in 2000, would you have taken the deal or would you have laughed too? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy breakdowns of billion-dollar mistakes and corporate collapses, make sure you subscribe. Because the next story might be about a company you use every day, and trust me, they're closer to their blockbuster moment than they think.